morning, good morning, good morning. So, today is Wednesday, I believe the 30th. Yesterday we talked about, I was pretty stressed out about some funding issues and saw how to solve them and whatnot. And I talked about perseverance look, we're on a hell of a journey here. You, me, whoever else. It's as you can probably tell, I'm a little bit lighter than I was yesterday. And frankly, you can see it's a lot brighter than it was yesterday when I started my video. So I kind of slept in about a half hour longer, and we pulled through, albeit Band-Aid, but we pulled through to let us accomplish, to move on to the next phase in our life. As I think about this story and this video and this sharing, it's some of it's going to be kind of mundane, I would suppose, but some of it will be personal things about me and what I'm kind of dealing with. I won't get into things about my family, but it'll be interesting. I was talking with somebody yesterday about the fact that I'm making these videos, and she said to me, this is the lady I get my life insurance. She said, you should tell some background stories about you. So today's background, I got a smile on my face because there are some things I'll share and some things I probably shouldn't. I'll just say I had a lot of fun growing up. My background, my life story, if you will, is kind of interesting, and I'll do my best to keep it 30 minutes or under, but I don't know, this might be one of those ones where you sit back, grab a beer or a cup of soda or whatever it is you drink, and Snickers bar. Anyway, I grew up in Winthrop, Massachusetts, just outside of Boston. My parents split when I was little. So I had, people, oh, it's too bad, whatever, bullshit. I look at my mother and my father, and they're polar opposites. But whatever, something brought them together once upon a time, and frankly, I'm kind of glad that happened. Otherwise, I would not have been able to make this video. So I have two older brothers. They're polar opposites. I've got love for both of them, obviously. One has made some decisions in life that have caused him some challenges, and my older brother, not the oldest, my older brother, he's magnificent. He is basically, I idolize him. I really truly do. He's the guy that, looking back at it now, in high school, he was always on a roll. We didn't go to the same high school. I went to a different high school than my brother. But, he was on a roll, drama club, hung around with all the good-looking girls. They all like drama guys. They don't get it, but good for him. Went to one of the best colleges in the country. Was offered a job fresh out of college, and some 25 years later, I believe, he's senior partner over there. I could be wrong on the number of years, but it's been a long time. And he does very well for himself. He's got a beautiful wife and wonderful kids. As far as my oldest brother's personal situation, I have no idea. He could be married with a busload of kids. I have no idea. Anyway, my older brother, the oldest, growing up, it was him and I, and we were a pretty dangerous wrecking crew. We had a lot of fun, bent a lot of rules, broke a couple, a lot of good memories. When I think of my oldest brother, because my older brother and I, when we were younger, we really didn't get along. We got along, but it wasn't like we weren't going to hang out with each other. We were different. Now, I'm 45, he's 47, 48. We're a lot closer now. Of course, we've kind of grown up. I'm a father, he's a father, married, blah, blah, blah. But, if I'm going to tell my story, like Natasha told me to tell, much like I said yesterday, sit down, snap in, and hold on. And let me preface the stories by saying I have no regrets. If God was to take me today, here and now, do I have any honest to goodness regrets? The answer to that question is no. So anyway, I don't mind using their first names. My older brother is Michael. My oldest brother is Gio. Gio was a football player, high school, probably a CB student, with occasional variance in either direction. He graduated high school in 1986. My brother Michael graduated in 88. I graduated in 90. Like I said, I did not go to high school with either of my brothers, which was, probably would have been advantageous in certain ways and had its drawback in certain ways. My dad recognized that I was a little bit different in good ways, different in bad ways, whatever. And he made a decision that I hated it at the time. Let me be very clear about it. I was pissed. My dad sent me to an all-boys private Catholic high school. My brothers got to go to the Winthrop public school, with his girls. And wouldn't you know, the ironic part about it is, the year after I graduated, guess whose school went co-ed? And I thought, that's not fair, because there's nothing cuter than a little Catholic girl in a plaid skirt when you're 15, 16, 17 years old. But, whatever. No, so Gio and I were real close. We hung out a lot. We'd go to the club together. We did some pretty good partying. And one of my greatest memories, my oldest brother, we were in the Dominican Republic. Dad took us all down there. We were in the Dominican Republic, and we were at the casino. And let me say, some of these stories that are great memories, I'm not necessarily really proud of, but they were fun nights. And if whatever. Judge me if you want. Like I told you, this is going to be a brutally honest conversation. You want to judge me, judge me. You'll have to. You're not supposed to judge people. Whatever. I'm not even going. So anyway, we're in the Dominican Republic, and we're at the casino, and it was like a movie. Gio and I get a drink. We sit down at the blackjack table. I'm here. He's there. There's somebody else at the table. First cards come up. Face card for Gio, face card for me, whatever the other guy got. So I was just fucking around, and I said, give him an ace, and boom, came an ace. It was amazing. Give me an ace, boom, came an ace. 2 blackjacks, back to back. It was incredible. And this went on and on and on for probably an hour or two. And at one point in time, I remember very distinctly, we had like a crowd of people around the table. Because I'm loud, I'm boisterous, I'll be conservative when I need to, but when it's playtime, it's playtime. When it's work time, it's work time. I'm not going to say I ever get disrespectful, because I believe you always represent you and your crew, your family, your workers. Sorry about that sunshine, but obviously I can't move the sun. So anyway, so we were at the blackjack table and we did this. We walked out of there, both of us, a couple $1,000s ahead each. So when you're young, dumb, single, and stupid, what do? You take your casino winnings and you go to the bar, you go to the nightclub. So we went over to the nightclub in the resort, and we basically did what we do. I mean, we took the place over. I mean, we really did. It was it was awesome. We took the place over. Met a couple ladies. Drinking, dancing, having a great time. But like all good things, they all must come to an end at some point. And the way that really fun night ended for me, which was kind of a bummer, is when you're young, dumb, and stupid, you don't know your alcohol limits. And I ended up, some way, somehow, passed out on a golf course, like 3 resorts over. Not that I'm proud of it, because I'm not, but the first part of that night was an amazing night. But, when you're young, dumb, and stupid, sometimes God teaches you a lesson. I remember somebody waking me up. Who are you? Why are you bothering me? Let me sleep. I opened my eyes and there's a Dominican gentleman in front of me. Sir, you okay? You okay? Fine. I'm fucking sleeping. Excuse me. I'm sleeping. What do you want? Sir, you're on the golf course. Oh. Yes, indeed I was. Indeed I was passed out cold on a golf course, a couple resorts away. Again, no concept. It's been a long time, 20 plus years. I still have no concept how I got it. I mean, I wasn't hurt or nothing. I was in some mud. I was actually on the sand trap. Again, not proud of it. Funny, but not proud of it. So he was kind enough. He asked where I was staying. I said we're at the Chantar Resort. He put me in the golf cart, drove me over there. Now again, where I said sometimes God teaches us a lesson. Here I am, muddy, dirty, probably still drunk, definitely hungover. I go walking into the condo, and as time would have it, I'm walking, as I'm approaching the door to the condo, I walk into the foyer, and Dad walks out. If I remember correctly, I don't think either one of us said a word to the other. I think my dad might have given me a pass on that one. Because I wasn't a bad kid, I wasn't like grounded all the time, that kind of shit. But Dad gave me a pass on that one, I guess. But yes, so I walked past Dad, had a raging headache, Went into the bathroom, stepped into the shower, fully clothed, caught up with him at the pool about an hour later. My brother Michael, one of the greatest memories I have with him is relatively recent. Well, in the grand scheme of a 45-year life. Michael and I don't get to spend a lot of one-on-one time together. Families, work, commitments, bullshit, noise, static, whatever. I really would like to, and I believe he would like to too. And then we talk about it, hey, come catch up with me. Maybe if he's on the road and I'm on the road, we cross paths. Have a little bit of brother time. And there's no disrespect to the rest of our families. But that's my brother. Sometimes I just want to spend time with just my brother. We were, this particular story, we were at the lake house fishing my boat. Oh, that feels amazing. That's good. We were fishing in the boat, and it was just him and I. And I caught a really nice bass. And it was a really kind of a silly moment when you look back at it. It wasn't nothing dramatic or emotional, or we weren't sharing secrets or whatever. It was just true brother time. I remember when we were kids, Michael and I, we were fishing. I don't remember the place. It could have been in Maine, maybe New Hampshire. He would remember. Well, we were fishing, and Dad used to let us take the rowboat. We'd take the rowboat over. There was this floating, small little, maybe 8x8, 6x6 floating dock. And Michael caught a fish. And he's reeling in this fish that he caught. And I remember this like it was 5 minutes ago. Reeling in this fish that he had caught. And right at the edge of the dock, there's some monster, either a very large pickerel or potentially a pike, came up and took a shot at the fish he already had on. So I remember we got in the boat, here we are, 2 kids, right? I don't think either one of us had chest hair, let alone anything else. Working the rowboat as hard as we could. Gotta get the lead cord line, because this thing hit the line and snapped it like it wasn't there. Gotta go get the lead cord line. Oh, what are you, fucking nuts? What are you gonna, like the fish is gonna wait. Go get the lead cord line, come back, I'll let you hook me up. Whatever. When we were kids, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Every now and again, we'll still joke about that. Get the lead cord line. But Michael's truly kind of a hero of mine. My dad is old school. Dad is, he's the against the odds guy. The problem I have, which is not a problem, but my generation of my family, the bar was set so fucking high from the generation before us. It's almost intimidating to think of what we need to do to keep up with these folks. My grandfather, my father's father, you won't ever hear me talk about my mother or my mother's side, whatever. But my grandfather died when my dad was, I think, 5 years old. So my grandmother raised Aiden by herself, and it's your typical poverty Italian Catholic story. I don't remember my grandmother well. I have a few memories of her. She died in 1980. The few memories I do have of her are wonderful. I have a picture of her on my mantle in my living room. I have a picture of my grandmother with me and my two brothers. And I think I was probably 6, maybe, in that picture. But it's a special picture. So that's why I save it. That's why I have it on my mantle in the living room. I forget where I was going with this. But, oh no, it's okay. So, out of all of them, there's and I may do it out of order. Uncle George, he's the oldest. Then there's Auntie Anna, who unfortunately is gone now. Auntie Shirley. Shit, man, I'm gonna get a phone call and make a video. Decline it. So, there's Uncle George, Auntie Anna, who's gone, Auntie Shirley, Uncle John, Uncle Arthur, my father, Aunt Joanne. And there was Aunt Tyke, not Tyke, yeah, Tyke. I never met her. She died many, many years ago. The interesting thing is every one of them is a self-made person. They all come from nothing. You know, every one of them is a self-made person. You know, and so it's like a top level kind of self-made person. My dad's got a doctorate degree at the University of Chicago. You know, run his own business for forever. Did very well with that. My Uncle John, former Dean of Vanderbilt University Law School, former Chancellor Emeritus at LSU, law professor now. You know, that's what you're talking about. So, you know, across the board, the bar is pretty freaking high. So we have to earn it, chase it, go after it every day. So back to my dad. Trust me, there'll be stories about Uncle George down the line. Back to my dad. Dad is true and steadfast as the day is long. He gave us, growing up, he gave all of us boys, all three of us, make it sound like it's a bus home. He gave all three of us every opportunity we ever wanted, including the opportunity to fuck up. You know, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, the stage wasn't set for that. But if you were going to make a stupid decision, if you were going to do something that negatively impacted yourself, you paid the price for it, and you'd earn it. You would earn it. I'm the baby of the family. I don't know, you know, my son, you know, he's the baby of the family. Is there something that rings true to the baby of the family? Maybe, maybe not. I love my father. I consider my father my friend. I consider him a confidant. I piss him off sometimes. He pisses me off sometimes. You know, but the neatest thing about my dad is, like, as you know, you age, your parents age, and then they're old. But guess what? It's weird. Like, at some point in time in your maybe early 30s, you almost start to catch up to them. It's like it feels, you know, it changes. The relationship changes. You become peers and equals. Or at least in my opinion, you should. And my dad and I have a lot of fun. He actually owns a portion of my company. He has been very instrumental in forming my company and remains so. It's a little bit more difficult with him and I sometimes because obviously there's emotion involved. It's not strictly a business relationship. It's a father-son business relationship. Sometimes I'm super thankful for it. Sometimes I just miss my dad, but I always have my dad, no matter what. And he. If I get to a point where I'm like, you know, bullshit, no business, that's fine and accepted, and I appreciate that. I really do. But he's a special guy. He's dedicated as the day is long. And he's, as far as business is concerned, the guy's brilliant. I mean, he built his business helping other people build their businesses as a strategic management consultant. He's somebody that when you look at your life, you say, well, who's the person that's had the single most impact on your life outside of, course, your children? And without a doubt, it's my father. If I achieve half of what he did, I can consider myself a success. As a father, he always gave us the opportunity. He always, and I can only imagine what that was like for him. At times where, things were, sorry, police officer just come up on the highway kind of quickly. At times, he must have had to make some pretty hard sacrifices to give us the opportunities that we had. And he's got a neat story to tell about his upbringing, by the way, which would be really kind of cool for you all to hear. So, yeah, Dad's a pretty influential guy. And you've heard me quote him a lot thus far, and I'll continue to quote him because he's the kind of guy that if anybody knew half of what he forgot, it would definitely benefit your life. We do bump heads on some business issues, but at the end of the day, we're family first. He's my dad. I'm proud to be his son. And that's a pretty neat and powerful feeling to be able to say that. He's a pretty neat guy. He's had good health. He's had a couple of challenges along the way, but nothing super major. He's, like I said, he's 81, maybe 82, 81. And we enjoy every day that he's here with us. Hopefully have many, 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 many more days. There's been a number of, between my mother and my father, we got our own personal collection of marriages and divorces. My dad's been married 3 times. His wife, Dottie, let me tell you something. That is a Class A, magnificent lady. When I was a teenager, I was a little asshole, and I acknowledge it. God love her, she put up with me. And she's a really, really, really neat lady. Really neat. And let me say, let the record reflect, Pat, that my dad was with after my mother, Pat's a neat lady too. They're different people, Dottie and Pat. But Pat was very much involved in raising me, as a young little kid. I don't remember, but I want to say I was 5 years old when I met her. So that's kind of where I am. I mean, Dottie is amazing. My father's amazing. My brother Michael's amazing. I've had a lot of fun. I mean, I'm sitting here looking. I've been talking, for 29 minutes, 30 seconds, or 20 seconds. Family stuff, I can go on for days. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting. Give you a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a little boring. I've left a lot of details out. Statute of limitations on certain stories. And I don't know who's watching. So, if it was a private conversation, I probably would share a little bit more. But being that it's not, stories will stay here and here. Meet me at the bar. I'll share some stories. Anyway, that's just kind of a little bit of who or what I am, a little bit of the substance. And I'll probably talk more about it later as we go along. But here we go. Sun shining. I got a smile on my face, sharing my story with whoever's on the other side of this camera. And, you know, God gave me another day. And I got to make some sort of contribution today. So don't you. Don't give up. If you're watching this to learn about business, don't give up. Ride it till the wheels come off. Drive it like you stole it. And keep on going. And I'll catch up with you on the flip side. Thanks.